memorandum detailing the purpose of this amendment. I'd like to ask council to consider adopting this legislation this evening with the emergency clause to provide the Department of Finance the resources necessary to meet our financial obligations. Thank you, and that concludes my report.
Okay, thank you. Please note that council has received the October 2024 Water Distribution and EPA report, the October 2024 Building Division report, as well as the October 2024 Police Department report. And as always, council thanks those members of the administration for providing the reports to us. Up next, I believe, is under new business. Yes, the North Ridgeville Planning Commission took action at their regular meeting of November 12th, 2024 on the following item. Clerk, if you could please read the action for University Hospital's urgent care.
University Hospital's Urgent Care 34548 Center Ridge Road, permanent parcel number 0700016101-054. The applicant was Madison Walkama, HSB Architects, 1250 Old River Road, Cleveland, Ohio, 4413. Proposal consists of constructing a 4,000 square foot urgent care building. Property is zoned B3 Highway Commercial District, and the Planning Commission action was approved by a vote of 4-0.
Mr. President,
Yes, Mr. Abens.
this University Hospital is going into a new marketing system, and this urgent care that they're putting up will actually be next to the scooters and the closed scooters and the Blue Falls car wash. And I move to approve.
Second.
The motion was made by Abens and seconded by Swank to approve the Planning Commission's approval of the project for University Hospital's urgent care. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Swank,
Yes.
Schaefer,
Yes.
Abens,
Yes.
Winkle,
Yes.
Awig,
Yes.
Jacobs.
Yes.
Motion carries on the Planning Commission action.
Brings us to recess.
Mr. President, move to dispense with recess.
Second.
It was moved by Winkle and seconded by Awig to dispense with recess this evening. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. All right, recess has been dispensed. Tonight under first readings, we have 2024-135.
An ordinance amending ordinance number 6121-2024 of the City of North Ridgeville, Ohio, providing appropriations for the period commencing January 1st, 2024 and ending December 31st, 2024.
Mr. President,
Yes, Mr. Winkle.
move to dispense with the second and third readings.
Second.
It was moved by Winkle and seconded by Awig to dispense with the second and third readings for 2024-135. Are there any comments or questions?
Mr. President, if I can ask a question to the Director of Finance?
Yes, Mrs. Swank.
Assuming we didn't budget enough for that in the last budget meeting, are we gonna make sure we budget enough to cover for next year?
Yeah, this is attributed to the random drug testing. So
Okay.
sometimes because there's several types of physical exams that firefighters have to get. And so sometimes the cost of the exam may change and the number of people that go. So it's all random. So yeah, we will.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any additional comments or questions? So again, it was moved by Winkle, seconded by Awig to dispense with the second and third readings for 2024-135. All in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no.
Mr. President, move to adopt.
Second.
Mr. President, move to add the emergency clause, give the finance department resources needed to conduct the city's business in a timely manner.
Second.
It was moved by Winkle and seconded by Awig to add the emergency clause to 2024-135 for the reasons just stated by Mr. Winkle. On the emergency clause alone, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. It was moved by Winkle and seconded by Awig to adopt 2024-135 with the emergency clause in place. Are there any comments or questions? Hearing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Swank,
Yes.
Schaefer,
Yes.
Abens,
Yes.
Winkle,
Yes.
Awig,
Yes.
Jacobs.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0, and 2024-135 has been adopted.
2024-136.
An ordinance amending the zoning map of the City of North Ridgeville such that permanent parcel number 0700046101-006, located at 39462 Center Ridge Road, Be rezoned from I-3 Heavy Industrial District to B3 Highway Commercial District.
2024-136 will be referred to Planning Commission for review. We do not have any second readings this evening. Under third readings, we have 2024-122.
An ordinance amending North Ridgeville Codified Ordinance Section 804.01 Agricultural District Filing Fee.
Mr. President,
Yes, Mrs. Swink.
move to adopt.
Second.
It was moved by Swink and seconded by Winkle to adopt 2024-122. Are there any questions or comments at this time? I just will provide a brief explanation for the legislation. Anybody who wishes to have their land designated as agricultural use is required to apply with the county and then also receive approval from the local legislators. As a requirement of the Ohio Revised Code as part of that process, we are required to advertise and hold a public hearing. So our agricultural district filing fee is to basically cover the costs of our advertising. Right now that our legislation is set, or our fee is set at $75. It hasn't been updated, it seems, for about 19 or 20 years. And according to the Assistant Clerk of Council, the average cost to advertise nowadays is around $200, depending on the day of the week that the ad needs to run. So the goal is just to simply increase the fee that we collect in order to at least cover our advertising costs. Any additional comments or questions? Okay, so again, the motion was made by Swank and seconded by Winkle to adopt 2024-122. Clerk, please call the roll.
Swank,
Yes.
Schaefer,
Yes.
Abens,
Yes.
Winkle,
Yes.
Awig,
Yes.
Jacobs.
Yes.
Motion carries and 2024-122 is adopted.
As far as upcoming meeting announcements, we will have Finance Committee meetings that will be held on November 21st at 9 a.m. and also November 22nd at 9 a.m. That is Thursday and Friday of this week here in council chambers, and that is to review the 2025 annual budget. A committee of the whole meeting will be held on Monday, December 2nd at 5:45 p.m. in council chambers for a presentation on our zoning code and subdivision regulations. A public hearing will be held on Monday, December 2nd, 2024 at 6:55 p.m. in council chambers regarding revenue bonds for Lake Ridge Academy. And finally, the next regular city council meeting will be held on Monday, December 2nd, 2024 at 7 p.m. in council chambers. And until that time, this meeting is adjourned.